Hey everyone, and welcome to the Vegan Man Food channel. This is Cooking with Manny, and if it's your first time with us, my name is Manny. It's so good to meet all of you, and so happy to be cooking with you. So today we're going to be cooking an air-fried tofu. So if you're like me, you really enjoy fried tofu. I mean, it's one of the best things ever. But when it comes to cooking tofu or frying tofu, deep frying it can be a hassle, and it's so oily. But with the air fryer, we can make air-fried tofu. Tastes very similar to fried tofu, and it uses less oil. It's easy to do, and it's affordable. But before we get started, this recipe is brought to you by Ovation Public Speaking. If you want to get your message out there, you can either use their virtual consulting or their online courses to help you improve your presentation and your speaking skills. So with that, let's go ahead and get right into our recipe and make air-fried tofu. Okay, to get us started with the ingredients for air-fried tofu, we're going to start with, of course, tofu. I mean, you can't have air-fried tofu without tofu. Now this block of tofu I usually get at Trader Joe's. It's about $1.99. Now also we're going to need olive oil, which we're not going to use very much of it, about 2 tablespoons or more. We'll price that at about 9 cents worth of olive oil. Next we have flour. Flour is a big part of the air fried tofu because you need some sort of batter. Now we're we're only going to use about 2 tablespoons, so that's about 2 cents worth of flour. Here we have some cornstarch, again about 2 tablespoons worth, so you're looking at maybe another 2 cents worth of ingredients here. Now we also have garlic powder. We'll use some of that. It's about 1 penny worth. We have salt and pepper, again probably just about a penny's worth. We have soy sauce. So soy sauce, I have here either a tamari, you could use a tamari, a regular soy sauce, or liquid aminos. That's another one that I like to use. I priced that really about 2 cents worth of that. And then lastly we have sriracha. So sriracha, it's really just a drizzle of sriracha. But sriracha can be expensive, so I placed that at about 5 cents. So here are our ingredients. Let's go ahead and get right into making our air-fried tofu. First thing we're going to do is we're going to press the tofu. This is very important because it gets the moisture out of the tofu. Now what I'm using here is a tofu press. I love this little device. You let the tofu sit for about 30 minutes. While you're doing that, go ahead and add some olive oil to a mixing bowl and add some soy sauce. I'm adding aminos, but you can use soy sauce. Then add some sriracha. Next, you're going to wait 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and you can take the tofu out of your press. And as you can see there, it really pulls the liquid out. Now go ahead and cut your tofu into long rectangles. Now, most times people will then cut these into cubes, but I'm going to teach you a trick. What you want to do is separate the long rectangles and then tear them into cube-like squares. The reason why you want to tear them is because notice the roughness on the sides. The roughness is where a lot of the flavor is going to gather. That's one of the most important things to keeping flavor with your tofu. Now, go ahead and mix the tofu together, fully saturate that oil and soy sauce aminos, get it in there. Now we're going to add our flour, 2 tablespoons, and then also we're going to add our cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of that. And then I like to go ahead and add in a lot of the salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Now, if you think about it, a lot of those flavors, as you mix it up, that's going to be really getting into those nooks and crannies of the tofu. Next, we're going to prepare our air fryer, and you go ahead and put down some aluminum foil and use a toothpick to go ahead and poke some holes in the aluminum foil. That will allow the air to come up through the aluminum foil. Go ahead and spread out your tofu and try to keep it nice and flat. Now we're ready to add our tofu to our air fryer. Go ahead and put the basket in, turn the air fryer on, set it at 370 for 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes are up, pull the tofu out, give it a nice shake. You could even move the tofu around. Put it back in and now set it for about 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, now we have some air-fried tofu. So there we have it. There's our air-fried tofu. And as you can see, this is a very simple, easy recipe. It's very affordable. As you can see, we made an entire batch of air-fried tofu for about $2.18. So you can find that you can add this recipe to many different recipes to replace all kinds of things like fried chicken, fried anything really. So there you have it. I really hope you enjoy it. I know I have. And I'm gonna have to take some time here and dig into this air-fried tofu. It looks very, very good. Well, once again, my name is Manny, and I thank you very much for joining us for this recipe. Join me again for another recipe here on the Vegan Man Food channel.